Hey there everybody, Dr. JP Guidry here. Hope everybody's doing well today. I want to talk a little bit today about the idea, the concept of injury prevention, or probably a better word for it is injury reduction. So injuries are a part of sport, they're a part of life, and can be a normal part of just putting stress on your body. There are some things we can do to reduce the chances of injury, but there's nothing out there that's going to 100% eliminate or prevent us from getting injured or experiencing pain. And from a golf standpoint, there are some specific things we can look at and how we train and how we move to help, again, help reduce that chance of injury, reduce that chance of pain, especially for those that are high-level golfers that play a lot of golf, that make a lot of swings, whether that's practice and play. So first thing we're going to look at is mobility. So we need to be able to move well enough through our rotational centers. So what does that mean? So we need to rotate well through our hips, hip internal rotation especially. Lack of hip internal rotation has some correlations with low back pain in golfers. Our thoracic spine, which is going to be our mid-back, we need to be able to rotate through that. We need to be able to rotate through our neck, and we need to be able to rotate through our shoulder complex. So having enough mobility there, or enough that's needed for the golf swing, will help reduce the stress on our joints and help create the movements that we want to create in the swing without maybe putting stress on other areas of the body. Number two is going to be get strong. So by far, in my experience, the biggest area that golfers don't invest in. Getting strong, there's tons of research showing that resistance training, strength training can help reduce repetitive use injuries. And in golf, that's going to be the biggest cause of injuries. We're not having any impacts, we're not taking hits, we're not falling on the ground. So generally, if you're injured, it's going to be from a repetitive use thing. And so the injuries we tend to see, low back probably being the most common. We'll see some hip injuries, we'll see shoulder, elbow, wrist, and hand. And most of these are due to the repetitive nature of the golf swing. So getting strong, strengthening our muscles, strengthening our bodies through basic compound movements can help reduce that and absorb those forces that the golf swing puts on us. So that's using the main lift. So we're going to squat, we're going to deadlift, we're going to press, bench press, overhead press, we're going to pull, rows, pull-ups, and doing single leg, single arm work as well. As well as we're going to work through the three phases of a muscular contraction. So we have the eccentric phase, the isometric phase, isometric type, and the concentric type. So eccentric would be if I'm going to do a bicep, I'm going to flex my bicep. So concentric is going to be making the muscle. Eccentric is going to be that controlling, that lengthening of that muscle. And then isometric would be holding in a position against the force. So incorporating all three of those type of contractions in our training will help build the resiliency of a muscular system to the forces of the golf swing. Last is going to be increasing our power output. This is going to be a byproduct of strength, so having a solid strength base, and then turning that into more higher velocity movements and being able to properly do that. So we're going to do that through jumping, medicine ball throws, medicine ball slams, speed-based lifts, so those could be Olympic lifts or derivatives of that, and those could just be speed-based, tempo-based variations of those main lifts. So in conclusion, in summary here, we need to move well through our rotational centers. We need to get strong, and when I say strong, think of at least a body weight squat, body weight and a half to 2 times body weight deadlift, probably a body weight bench press, or 75% body weight bench press at the very bottom of those numbers, and most golfers I work with aren't even close to those. Building that strength base and then being able to express that into power via jumping, via medicine ball throws, via speed-based lifts, things like that. And then the other end of that is managing our reps. So managing the load we put on our body, making sure we prioritize sleep and recovery, making sure we're feeding our bodies well from a nutrition standpoint, and making sure we're practicing smart, not just making reps to make reps, whether we're in the gym or whether we're on the practice tee, but quality reps and only enough as needed. So It's the concept of the minimal effective dose. So whether that's in the gym only and doing enough that's needed to accomplish your goals, and the same thing on the practice tee, only making enough swings that are needed to accomplish what you're trying to work on. If you have any questions, if you're dealing with injuries, if you're dealing with pain, feel free to reach out. You can email me at johnpaul, JOHNPAUL @guidrypt.com. You can comment on the video below, and you can always direct message me on any of the social media platforms. So I hope this clears things up a little bit for